Isaac, I'd love to see you do a video on the whole debate over the Quest 2 exclusive Resident Evil 4. What is it? Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to be sharing my opinion on the whole Resident Evil situation because I am an egotist and I feel like my opinion matters. So if you are interested in that, I will also be playing Minecraft and mostly just building stuff that we're trying to work on. So if you're interested in that, watch. If you don't give a crap, I don't blame you because I'm just a random bloke and you can go to whatever else you want to do. Anyways, yeah, so the biggest thing, at least from my understanding, is the biggest part of the controversy is that it's just Facebook is making this exclusive to the Quest. And I'm going to have a controversial opinion that I don't give a crap. I mean, I don't like Facebook. And I hate to be defending Facebook on this. But I don't feel like this is one of the areas that Facebook is doing something wrong. I could be wrong. And maybe I'll change my opinion. I have changed my opinion about Facebook doing stuff in the past. I was not offended or upset that they required a Facebook ID to log in to Quest, and I have been proven wrong with that. However, my issue is now not necessarily that they have a Facebook ID to log in, but they're an implementation where people are getting banned for what they're saying on Facebook, and they're getting banned from Oculus. That bothers me because I don't know. You pay $300 for a headset and you can get blocked. So, anyways, that is neither here nor there. Maybe I'll go more into that later in this video. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be able to talk about Resident Evil 4, but my thing with Resident Evil 4 is Facebook paid a lot of money and made the deals to negotiate to get this built, Resident Evil 4 built and made. And maybe it's just me, but I feel like if they are the ones doing the investment, I don't think it's a problem that it's tied only to their headset. Now, do I think it's the best? Like, do I like where that goes for VR? Not really, but I mean that's kind of consoles do it. It is kind of. Does this work on? I need a light. Ooh, I can put that in my offhand. Okay, let me get back up here. Anyways, I don't necessarily like the precedence it sets, but consoles do it, and the reality is, it's made to sell headsets, and it's made to make them money. And my problem is less with the fact that Facebook is doing it, and more with the fact that no one else is doing it. I mean, I guess you got Half-Life, which is only PC VR, but you can get to that from Facebook. I guess my biggest problem is I really want someone else to be pushing VR forward, and this wouldn't be an issue if someone else was pushing VR forward. But right now, Facebook is literally the only person putting any work, or the only not person group, but it's made up of people, putting any work forward into actually making VR grow as a medium. I mean, there's the HTC helmet or headset coming out. There's a few other ones. I guess that's not entirely true, but you got to admit they're the ones putting most of the work into it, and they want to capitalize on that. And I can't really blame them for wanting to capitalize when they are putting this much money into it. So, more than being upset with Facebook, at least to me, and maybe I think I am the minority, I am more just upset with the fact that no one else is doing anything here. And I think when more competition comes in and everyone's switching from Facebook, maybe we'll make more of this happen. I don't know, but I also might make less of this happen because Facebook's not going to want to be seen as the douche. Because right now, I'm using a Quest 2. And I plan on switching to a headset. I'll pay a few extra $100 to switch to a headset that is not a Quest, that is not owned by Facebook, but it has to be wireless. I do not want to play wired to my PC. I do a lot of PC VR. I love PC VR, but I want to play wirelessly. And Quest is the only way to do that. I guess there's the Vive with all that, but from my understanding, the wireless on the Vive does not work very good. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm still using the Quest, even though I'm not the happiest with Facebook, because it's really the only option for affordable wireless VR. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something else out there. I mean, there's a few other ones. There's the one that's going to China, but again, it's not coming to America because Facebook's dominating the American market. But Facebook is dominating the American market because they're actually willing to put money into the American market, which no one else seems to be able to do. So, Vive's been kind of a crap show with their headsets lately. I'm hoping their new stuff is awesome, but they've got horrible reviews on all of their newest headsets they've come out with. So I'm not holding my breath on Vive. And then besides Vive, you've got Valve, which has the best headset, but it hasn't updated anything in years, and they're way behind the curve with a lot of the new technology out now. They've still got 120 hertz display, but now Oculus Quest has that. So I don't know. I am in the position where I really hope someone comes to replace the status quo, but as it stands, Facebook is it. Anyways, I'm rambling. So that's what this is basically. I'm just gonna ramble in this episode. Ramble about my thoughts on this because there's not really enough on just this one issue for me to do a whole episode that I can think. So I'll just ramble about a few things. But back to the Resident Evil 4. I just put glass in the wrong spot. Back to Resident Evil 4. Facebook did put a lot of money in it. I really wish what they did, and I understand why they didn't do this. I wish, because I think this is the douchiest part, is that they didn't make it an Oculus exclusive and put it on their Oculus market. Now, they did that because they didn't want people with other headsets buying it on their PC app and then playing it on like the Valve and stuff. And I understand that, but you've got lots of people who are early adopters. I still know people playing on the OG, what's it called? The CV1. And those people are like, we've been supporting Oculus from the beginning, and we still we're getting shafted because we don't own a Quest. And that is granted, it's a very small portion, but it is some of the more loyal portion out there, and they are getting screwed over. And more than anything else, I think that pisses me off about the whole situation. Again, they can do what they want. They're trying to sell headsets. This game, they paid for the game to get made, and they're making this game to sell Quest 2s. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. I understand that. But let me end it. And maybe I'm in the minority. In fact, I'm pretty sure, based on what I've seen on Reddit and YouTube, that I am in the minority on this. And I'm not trying to defend Facebook, because I really don't like Facebook either. Facebook sucks. They are very anti-competitive, anti-consumer. They are just not a good company. But I don't feel like this is one of the areas that they are screwing people over in. I mean, it goes into the patent thing. You want innovation, and a lot of people I see online complain about patents in a very similar way that people are complaining about this. And they say, well, people invent a patent and then they end up charging outrageous amounts for it, and it's crazy. And the point of patents is so people have a financial incentive to invent stuff, and they expire after a while, which this won't necessarily expire after a while. Well, there is laws that do make stuff go into the public domain, but Disney's made sure to extend all of those. They keep Mickey Mouse, so blame Disney for that. But stuff doesn't go into public domain as fast as it used to, or should. But anyways, not blaming Disney, or not going into the whole Disney thing, but this, I thought I heard something here. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let's go back here. Anyways, the whole patent thing, though, is people don't realize that it wasn't until patents got invented that we started getting all of these innovations. I mean, you look at human history, and it's only the last couple hundred years that we've got tons of crazy inventions, technologies started. It's really, everything's relatively new. And I can personally think that that's a lot due to the patent. The invention of the patent, where you actually own your own property and people couldn't just take it from you, incentivized people to actually produce. So the same thing could be said about video games. Facebook is producing, but we want more great games to come, but you got to have the incentive out there. Come on. Door. You gotta have the incentive out there. And the incentive is, in this world we live in, it's money. So it's kind of a necessary evil that Facebook gets to own the, gets to sell it and make some money off of it. Anyways, this is kind of a, maybe I'll stop here. I don't know exactly what to do with these episodes. It's kind of me rambling about things and whatever people want me to. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more like this. I'm going to see how this hits, see if you guys are interested, see how long you guys watch. Maybe I lose everyone right at the beginning. If you like this kind of episode, let me know, and I will do more about it and maybe more in-depth topics. This is a very basic one, just kind of test the waters. If you do not like this and would like more of a dedicated, scripted episode, then I can do that. But this is just kind of me being a little bit more loose with my thoughts and rambling a little bit more on the whole topic. That's interesting. I didn't know those could go work underwater. It's actually really good to know. I gotta get some air. Anyways, I'm just gonna finish up that little piece of glass, and then I'm gonna call it good. Do I need like a... I'm gonna run out of oxygen. Freaking break. Dang it. Oh, let's get back in here. Those are strong lanterns. Okay, well, I will let that mark where I need to go. Let's log out here. Anyways, yeah, I hope... Let me know what you think in the comments. Where do you stand on this? Am I entirely off base? I understand that it's ruining it. Oh yeah, there's that I wanted to talk. Okay, I'm actually going to continue this. This is me rambling. So one of the counter arguments is that, it's ruining the argument, the whole XR, and I actually think XR is amazing, but I understand that the people making XR are not the ones making the headsets necessarily, and they are trying to make people who are making the headsets and making all that possible. Oh, you can't put that glass or door on the glass. They're trying to make it so people making the headsets and get all that possible to follow by their rules on how to develop software. And I actually think it's a great initiative and great idea, but they're not bringing anyone to the table for Oculus. Right now, Oculus is bringing people to the table. So if Oculus joins XR, that's great for XR. That brings tons of people to XR. It does not bring anyone to Oculus. And you can't blame Facebook for not doing something that literally helps all of their competition and does not give them any benefit at all. Now, I would love everyone to switch to XR. I think it's great for the community. I do think it's great in general, but the people working on XR really need to find some way to make it incentivized, because right now, Facebook is incentivized to create exclusives and do everything on their own because that's where they're going to make the money. And if they join XR, they are literally losing money. They're literally putting their money into someone else's hands by bringing their audience to everyone else and making it so all of their exclusives and all of their content is pointless. Especially where they're so controversial, the only thing they've got going for them is their exclusives. Everyone hates Facebook, and everyone's going to switch if they can. So them having exclusives is literally the only thing that's keeping them where they, going to keep them ahead of the game. So if they join the XR platform, then they are going to end up really just hurting themselves, and that's why they're not going to do it. And that's why I don't necessarily fault them for not doing it, because you can't blame them for making a decision. I think. Okay, let's think about this. Let's use an analogy. Say you were going to get lunch with your friends, and every time you go, no, that's not this analogy. I'm horrible at coming up with analogies on the spot. Maybe I shouldn't decide to do an analogy. So say, give me 1 second to build this and think. I'm bad at analogies. Okay, say you're going to lunch with your friends, and they are all having you pay for everything. That's gonna suck. And every time you go to lunch with them, you end up paying for everything. You're using all your money to help them. You're not gonna want to keep doing that. You want everyone to pull their own weight, and that's what XR is having an issue with right now. least from my understanding, maybe I'm wrong. Guys, if I'm wrong about XR, let me know. But from my understanding, is everyone in wants XR to be the thing, and they want Facebook to come and join the XR community, and they want basically Facebook to pay for everything because they want Facebook to pay for all the. They love that Facebook's paying for all these game development and everything, but then they want to get the games on everywhere else. Not for free because people want to buy it, but still, without all of the initial investment. They're not giving. There's not tons of games that they're giving to Facebook. It's not like Half-Life Alyx is going to show up on Oculus Quest or anything with this. It's. I don't know. From my understanding, basically Facebook has everything to lose and nothing to gain for joining the XR community. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Tell me if I'm wrong because. I don't know a lot about XR. I don't know a lot about a lot of this I'm talking about. I'm just talking out of my butt right now. Just kind of doing some brain farts. And like I said, maybe I'll change my opinion on this. I have changed my opinion about this kind of thing in the past. I didn't think the Facebook logins were the worst. So maybe I'll change my opinion. Oh, dang it. I accidentally put you down there. I wanted that lie. Okay, well, you know what? I will call it quits here. That was the last little bit of ranting I had. Hope you guys found this interesting. This is Random Bits of Randomness. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe. We could release some subscribers. Few people I know have been unsubscribed, so if you think you're subscribed, just double check. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.